Hi guys, this is Shell. I'm gonna take you on a tour of my houseplants, and we may even talk a little bit about the journey of taking care of some of these guys here. Now, I grew up taking care of plants and loving gardening. I was raised by my grandmother, and oh my gosh, we had the most beautiful yard on the street. And I'm not just saying that because she's my grandmother, it's the truth. We had neighbors that would tell us this all the time. So what I'm trying to do here is kind of carry on the legacy that my grandmother and I started. I don't have a green thumb that's as great as hers, but hey guys, I try, and that's all that matters. So let's take a walk around and look and see what we've got going on here. This fellow here, I call him fellow because he's got these leaves that just go everywhere. This is my ZZ plant, and I was able, just this morning, I was able to finally plant some pieces that I had snipped off of him. I managed to get the roots to grow a little bit, so I was very excited to plant those up today, using some rooting powder and just, you know, putting them in their own little space. Hopefully I will have another one of these big boys coming along pretty soon. I just think that's so beautiful. I love how the ZZ plant looks. It just kind of does its own thing, and that's awesome. And continue walking around here. So I've got what looks like it might be a pythos. I'm not certain. Okay, so some of these things here, I've had so many plants over the years where I've snipped off pieces and given plants away, and things have been given to me. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's beautiful nevertheless. Kind of got it growing in some water here that I switch out weekly. I make sure that I give a little plant food every time I water as well. And with these plants here, 2 to 3 times a week is a good enough watering schedule for me there. Very pretty. Look at the leaves on those. Ooh, finger in the way. Look how pretty that is. Awesome. Now this next one here kind of looks like the guy that we just left here. I call it a guy, but you know, I have girl and guy names for my plants. If I'm lucky, sometimes I can remember the names. Sometimes my sister, she'll help me out and she'll say, you know, I thought that you gave this plant, you assigned the gender of girl to this plant or guy to this plant, and I forgot. I totally call it another name, but you know, hey. It's just me, you know, I walk around, I talk to my plants. I do believe that every living thing loves to be talked to, loves to be loved. Now I do want to let you know, these beautiful purple flowers that you see here, these are fake. And sometimes I'll switch these out. I've been having a purple in here for quite a while, but I used to have a really pretty vibrant red color in there. Now I think this purple works a little bit more for the pot color, and also with the painting that I have on the wall. Sneak peek there. Okay, let's move along. Okay guys, so let me tell you, the Monstera plant is one of my absolute favorites. Okay, I had a Monstera plant about 2 years ago that was huge. That sucker outgrew the pot, and I tried to repot it and ended up killing it. I was so sad. But recently, I was in, was it Lowe's? No. Home Depot is where I live. I like Lowe's too, but Home Depot is pretty much my stomping ground. That's like a candy store for me. But I was lucky to find this plant and snag it. It was a little beat up when I got it. Right now I do have it kind of pinned up, so that's why it looks a little bit compacted. But I'm trying to train, if you can see the pole back there, I'm trying to train leaves to grow over to the other side so that it isn't so heavy on this one particular side. And I was just so happy to finally get this guy here. I know it's not too hard to get a Monstera plant, but lately, if you're not purchasing it online, I find that the ones in the big box stores go pretty fast. So I went ahead and took the opportunity to snatch this one up when I could. very glad that I did. I may be on the hunt for another one. This guy kind of has a leaf here that's kind of tattered, and we'll look into seeing what we can do about that. That's the big monstera there. I plan to grow that one big and tall like the last one that I had. Yeah, awesome. All right. Okay, guys, so this is the area that it's my little dining area, but this also leads out to my back patio where I have a couple of other beauties here that I like to keep sitting in the big window here. I kind of got a bit of a rehab row going on here. Forgive me if I do not remember the names of a lot of these plants. They just kind of escape me right now, but maybe a little bit later on what I'll do is a more in-depth video of each plant and kind of talk about it a little bit. The next time I see you, I may even have some new ones to talk about. But I just kind of wanted to give you a glimpse of what's living here. You know, I've got, my house has a tropical vibe to it. I've always been, you know, somebody who has had a love for, like, you know, big leafy plants and, you know, tropicals. I do like cacti. So you'll see some of those here and around the house. Aloe vera plants, you know. I've got this one here is one that just grows. And this one, believe it or not, is a monstera as well. This one is, let's see what this is here. This is a Peru. It's called a Peru monstera. And oh man, this one is just a beauty. You know, it really likes to be left alone. You know, you feed it, and you put it in somewhere where it can get great sunlight, and it just does its thing. Look at that. I've got vines coming out everywhere from this beauty here. Just sharing space with all the other ones here. I've even got a sweet potato vine that I'm trying to grow here. Now, other people tend to have a lot of success with these things here. I don't think I'm doing too bad. I think the problem is that I'm expecting overnight results, but I think I'm doing okay. We've got some great roots growing there in the mason jar. Plants like this, I change out the water weekly, and again, I provide, you know, plant food or some kind of, you know, nutritional something, something that can, you know, give it a little boost, whether it be a little sugar. I've also been known to, guys, I will even put a couple of drops of bleach to make sure that I'm keeping the bacteria down here in the habitat that my plants grow in. Got some great things going on here. Some things hidden. Oh, looks like some cactus there that I planted up, and they've just kind of grown there. May have outgrown the pot a little bit. We may need to repot those, but I've got an aloe vera here that does its own thing. And guys, I do want to tell you, I have cut off of this aloe vera plant several times and used that good medicine there. Put it on my face. I've used it on cuts, burns, scrapes. I'm always getting beat up when I'm outside in the yard, you know. The buggies, you know, I guess I've got sweet meat, so I kind of get beat up a bit when I'm outside. Although I love every bit of it. I enjoy being outside in my yard and kind of planning out what I think I might want to do when it comes to flower beds and just different flowers for the season that I may want to use in my containers outside the garage door. I've got a planter on each side of the garage door, and I love to keep those potted up with beautiful flowers that bloom all the time and just awesome color. Let's move over this way. So this funny one here, this is actually a succulent, and this gal, I'm going to call her a gal. I call all the other plants a guy. She is relatively easy to take care of too. And these little nodules that are on her, you know, they retain water, so I'm not having to give too much water to her. She's just been really happy living here in that particular pot. And I've kind of let her go on and do her own thing. I also got a money tree here. Money tree is looking good, doing good, feeling right. It put on some growth here, and I'm thinking about up potting. I think I may need to up the pot size, maybe to get it to grow a little bit more. But it's looking good and it's doing good. Now, don't mind this white pot in the background. That is just something that I've kind of got sitting to the side until I decide, you know, what I want to do with it. I had some basil in there. As you can see, there's a basil pin there. I had some cilantro, and everything kind of, I don't know if it was just too hot outside. I was keeping up with the watering. So I'm thinking that maybe the pot was too shallow, and maybe there's a possibility that I overwatered. I don't know. I'm in Texas, so I'm in zone, I think we're in zone 8A. I think so. I think I'm in zone 8A. I need to check that out and see. Isn't that awful? I don't know. But it gets awfully hot here, you guys. Like spring heading into summer. So I think what may have happened here is that, is it possible for herbs to get too much sunlight and too much water? I don't know. We'll figure that out. I haven't decided what I wanted to do with that there. This tall drink of water here that you see in the background, believe it or not, can you tell that that is a faux? Is this a faux, what is this, a ficus? It is a ficus, it is. Okay, so I remember when I purchased this thing. Now, let me tell you, if you have never looked for faux flowers or faux trees, faux shrubs online, these things can get expensive. And I will tell you that I paid a pretty penny for this, but I was able to get it on sale at Home Depot. So if you're thinking about, you know, if you got a corner that doesn't really get a lot of light, or something that you just want to put in a space to kind of make an impact, and I'll step back so you guys can kind of see how this little area all pulls together with the various, you know, plants going on here. But think about faux. I mean, mix it in, mix your fake in with your real. It doesn't matter. Do you? This is your home, you know. You make it as beautiful as you want to. And you do that by putting things in it that make you happy and things that you love. Now, I could straighten these leaves out. I don't know. It looks like maybe the last time I dusted, I didn't bother kind of straightening them back out. So they look wonky right here. But all in all, I've been happy with my faux plants. I'll point out a couple of more faux plants around the house as we go. As a matter of fact, this beauty sitting right here in this lovely gold vase, that's fake as well. I just put some tall stems in and kind of situated some greenery, and that same purple flower that you saw in that beautiful blue container that I had across the way, I shared some of that over here. Okay, let's step away. Kind of want you to get a look at this entire area when you step back. It's really beautiful and it makes me happy. See, I've got my wine hidden down over there. Nice area. Some little faux flowers for color on top of the table scape there. Like that too. All right, we're gonna take a look at some other things over here. So behind my couch here, I've got just two plants that I've kind of been working on. One is the smaller one here is the ZZ plant that I was able to finally grow the roots on the cuttings, and I planted that up today. This other one here is is this a prayer plant? I forget what this is called. You guys will have to forgive me. I mean, I keep the tags of my stuff, but it would have been nice if I would have put the tags back and everything before I started talking. But just look at how lush this beauty is. I love the veining and the webbing on here, and that color is awesome too. Just a really nice, you know, dark and light green kind of going on there. Very healthy and happy. Looking good, looking good. Okay guys, forgive me for not talking about this plant here. This is another plant that is pretty low maintenance, just kind of does what it wants to do. Again, don't know the name of it. I know, awful. I'm gonna get better, okay? I'm pretty sure I've got the tag. And maybe I should just start leaving the tags in the pot. I don't always like the look of the tags sticking out everywhere. But look at how beautiful, okay? Big. I'm going to step back here. You can kind of see how big it is. Just nice and big. It's another tropical, I can tell you that. So it loves heat, likes light, doesn't need a lot of water, you know. And as you can see, it's putting on new growth here. So awesome. Look at that little, can you see it there? Just sticking up right there in the middle. This plant here is one that I've struggled with. I'm not quite sure what to do to make this plant happy, but I haven't given up on it yet. Still got some beautiful green leaves. You can see a couple of dead ones there. I just need to go in and pluck those out and just kind of figure out what's going on with that one. I may have to use an app to identify this one because I don't even think I have a plant label for it, but we'll see. Also, how about this other cactus here? Looking good, looking good. You know, cactus are easy to take care of, guys. Don't sleep on the cactus. They can be really beautiful. Okay, guys, let's go take a look at my snake plant. Love snake plants. I think snake plants are the ultimate no-hassle plant. If you kill a snake plant, I don't know what to say about it. Okay, you just may need to, we'll say some prayers for you. How about that? This snake plant of mine here is just thriving, growing, doing its own thing here. Looking good. The leaves are very firm and they feel good. Nice waxy texture to them. Guys, I do want to tell you that I do wipe these plants down on a regular. A little neem oil, you know, with a damp cloth really helps these guys out. All these plants actually, you know, little fungus gnats you can get kind of moving around the house that annoy you and just kind of make it, you know, really difficult to do what you love here, which is take care of plants. But you wipe them down with that neem oil. Those fungus gnats, they don't like that neem oil. I find that helps to keep them under control. I also have a Vivo system. I think it's Vivo that I'm using here with the blue light. Zevo. That's what it is. Zevo. Z-E-V-O. Okay. So what that is, it's an all-natural type of pest control that doesn't harm animals, doesn't harm us. But what it does is it paralyzes, it offers some kind of neurotoxin or something to the insect, which kills them off. Yay. You know, everything has a right to live, but you know what? If you're annoying me, you're going to get out of here, insects. Go outside and do that, and I won't spray you with a Zevo. How about that? But yeah, that snake plant looking really good there. Okay, look at this beauty right here. This is another tropical plant. Again, don't know the name of it. Find the tag, I'll pop it in. What I did was I put a little bit of moss down there to kind of, you know, give it the look that I wanted. And it's got these really pretty blush pink stems. They're almost like a creamy pink and white, and you can just kind of see the color on the leaves themselves. Look at that. How pretty is that? Just really pretty. Love this plant. Okay guys, let's get a load of another faux plant that I have here. So this is a fiddle leaf fig. Now I will tell you, I love the leaves on the fiddle leaf, but I've had trouble keeping these things alive. So this is one of those plants, and I don't think I haven't killed a whole lot, But I keep trying, okay? I think maybe I've showed the fiddle leaf a little bit too much love and overwatered it. But this one here is another faux plant, okay? And I find my faux plants in different places, you know. Maybe a Home Depot, even Home Goods, Ross, Burlington. Man, you can find some really pretty plants. But this one I just kind of potted up in a little gold pot. I added some stones from the Dollar Tree. Can you see those? Let's get down in there. Yep. But look at those leaves, you know. They don't look too bad, right? They don't look too fake. Even if they did, I don't care. I love it. All right, guys. So this is an area in my home, guys, that it doesn't get any natural light, okay? This is the area that leads to the guest bedroom down there. And off to the right here, you see the door that leads off to the laundry room and out to the garage. But you know, I've got this really pretty rug that I love, and it kind of goes with, or it does go with all of the other rugs. There's two more here that I have in the house that, you know, it matches with. They come up in various sizes, but I thought it would be really pretty to hang this. And I'm so glad that I did. Sorry about the shaking, guys. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer here. And at the end, you can see I just kind of put, you know, some of those branches that, you know, you can buy at any kind of home store, Home Zone, Home Good, any kind of store that you want to put home in front of or after. Kind of like that look that's going on there. Don't need much going on, but just a little something there to, you know, show off that vibe that I have. I did state that I do have somewhat of a tropical vibe, but you know, I want to say that I've got a little bit of tribal going on in there too. And I'll show you why. Look at this beautiful plant over here. Two of them actually. And right above it is my zebra print. Now let me tell you where I found this, guys. Isn't that pretty? Would you believe it if I told you that I found that years ago in Family Dollar? Love it. Okay, let's get back to the plants here. So I've got a bamboo plant that is really taking off, just really grown there. And I've got another, gosh, just one of you know, the typical, you know, you can find this in Walmart, you can find this big box stores, you know, you're likely to have a family member that's got this growing in their house. Hey, ask them for a couple of cuttings. Take it home and put it in water. It's the same as the plant that you saw earlier, you know, that I had growing in water and it was thriving there. This particular one here happens to be in soil and it's doing really good. It's really loving its home there. Looking good, looking good. Over here in the corner at my front door here, I've got another faux plant, another tropical. Now this one here, even though I think this fella tends to look a little bit more faux, I still like it. I like the presence that it gives right here in the corner. Listen, I don't have to worry about this thing dying or the door swinging back and forth and killing it or any of that good stuff going on here. I just love that plant. It serves its purpose. And even though it's faux, I'm just gonna call it a plant. No need to call it a faux plant. As you can see there is one of the rugs that I was saying. One of the 3 rugs that goes with the one on the wall there. Just kind of continue that theme there. We're gonna swing around here. I'm gonna just show you a beautiful mirror here that I have on the wall to kind of reflect some light and open up this space here. Okay, got a couple of more plants here. Now, this big spiky guy here is one that I found at Burlington, I want to say. And I think I must have paid maybe about 15 bucks for that. But it's a faux grass. And I think it looks really beautiful with this mirror that I have hanging there. Of course, this area as well as all the other areas in my home, I'm constantly switching pots around and planters. So, hey, what you see here today may not be here tomorrow. And I'm okay with that. I like switching things around, playing with texture, color. It's like to have fun with it. And this beautiful plant that you've got sitting next to the faux grass, that I can tell you is a prayer plant. Oh my gosh. And I want to say this is I always butcher the name. But again, you know, I've got the little piece that comes with it that tells you what the plant is. I take those out of all of my plants, but I do try to keep them in case I need to refer back to how to care for them. Sometimes those things aren't the best, and what I'll end up doing is just Googling or going on YouTube. Hey, one of my favorite places to be, YouTube. And I'll just, you know, check out the different ways that people are caring for this plant all over, especially in my area. Again, I'm in Texas. And man, you know about the heat and the humidity there. But look at those leaves. Don't they look just happy? Got a lot of new growth coming out on this one too. Just beautiful. Love it. Okay guys, so forgive me here. We're here by my air conditioning unit. So the noise you hear is that there by the closet here. Again, hey, a mixture of faux and real. So these succulents here, let me see if I can zoom in on them here. Hey, can you see that? These I got just recently from, ta-da, Big Lots. Okay, so Big Lots had a huge sale going on, Memorial Day sale, where all of their picks and their stems were on sale, so I took advantage. I just grabbed up a couple of different varieties and just decided I was going to put together this faux planter. And I think it really works here. This is the area where I don't have any natural light coming in, and I think that it looks real to me. I think that somebody would have to walk up on this planter and actually touch these plants to understand that, hey, they're faux. Now, what I did was I added in some real live moss there to kind of make the whole situation look a little bit more realistic. And I just love the gold planter here. I think it's so pretty. And the fact that, you know, it was kind of bowl shaped. And, you know, when you plant these things up, you tend to kind of put them on a bowl, you know, you maybe put them on a coffee table or entrance table, something like that, and they just look really awesome. Next to it here, I've got another snake plant. So I told you I love snake plants, right guys? Look at that one there. I'm gonna kind of zoom in and zoom out there. Forgive me as I'm learning my angles and how to zoom in and zoom out so I can show you the best attributes here of these plants. But this is another snake plant. Just, you know, regular, consistent watering and feeding, not overdoing it, just letting it live its best life. Something tells me that this plant really enjoys living by the air conditioning unit. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to question it. Hey, it works, okay? Let's go ahead and head on into the office here. Forgive me for there's a bit of messiness going on in here. But I've got a couple of little small plants that, and all these are real. All these were kind of taken from cuttings that, you know, I just experimented with, had fun with. There, and the double decker pot that you see here is a piece of that ZZ plant that I repotted up, was able to grow the roots on it. I hope that they take hold, and I've got another baby plant here that I can either repurpose somewhere else in the house or give away as a gift. I've given away plenty of plants to family members over time, and they love getting them. I love giving them, you know. Again, that typical plant that you've seen all over the house, the vining plant, and how beautiful it is and how it grows in or out of water. Does great in soil, does great in water. And again, another tropical vibe going on there. How about that? So I've got a little tabletop palm there, and it's just beautiful. Like palm trees and you know, big monstera leaves, things like that really make me happy. Really make me happy. Okay. So guys, I've really enjoyed giving you a little tour of my houseplant collection. And I hope to do it again soon. I mean, I'm always adding to my collection when my habit allows me to afford it. Sometimes I find ways to afford it when I know that I don't need to bring not another plant inside of this house. My sister makes fun of me for that, but you know, hey, she understands that I'm a plant lady, unapologetically. You know, she'll get used to it. Let me pan in here. I'll give you a shot of my little sister here. She recently graduated, class of 2022, high school. Very proud of her. And I love her. I love her just as much as I love my plants. I have to tell her that all the time. So until I talk to you guys next time, I hope that everybody is safe and be blessed.